Sprinkles? Check. Hot fudge? Check. Ooh, cherries? Check. Chocolate and vanilla ice cream? Check, check.
Chico, what list are you making?
That's everything I need to celebrate National Ice Cream Month.
Verdad, que July is when we celebrate all the yummy, cold, dairy goodness that is ice cream.
Yeah, and I'm planning on making tremendo sundae using ice cream made from real Florida milk.
Don't forget, we can also use ice cream to make milkshakes too. Even make a piña colada shake. Put some coconut ice cream in there and...
Ooh, que rico. Okay. Well, if you want to find other fun recipes for enjoying ice cream this July, just head to floridamilk.com or lechedeflorida.com today.
Okay, but here's the real question. Are you gonna share that sundae?
Maybe.
This is DJ.
And this is Ish.
And this is
Season 6 of Pero Let Me Tell You.
In addition to really spacious parking. Hi, guys.
That's definitely the first time we've ever been introed on our show, because we are also recording an episode of our podcast.
Are we recording?
We are recording already. Yeah,
Okay,
I do that to him all the time.
Yeah, but we're big on the cold openings.
Yeah.
That are usually show in itself. So this is online.
Yeah. So thank you for having us on your show.
Yes, Chris. Pin pan pollo? Okay. All right. Got it. Okay, here we go. So, Chris, when do you want me to? So, I'm gonna stand by, guys. I'm gonna hit the camera. We're recording a podcast. That's what I'm gonna hit for the audience, right? Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Okay. Okay, and it's Borges and Yano, right? Last name?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. All right. 3. And guys, I can't hear you because the mic. I can hear them clearly, but the mics I can't because of the headphones. So if you're talking to me, I'll make sure you. Okay.
I just go by DJ, by the way.
Yeah.
And I've just let this continue recording because I think this is going to be great.
Yeah.
BTS. This is going to be great. This is like literally we're here on the set of Inside South Florida, and your listeners listening to all of the behind the scenes stuff happening.
Well, they need to know. They need to know how the sauce is made.
That's right.
It's not all glamorous in television.
That's right. Some people just care about how the sausage is made, but damn it, they need to see the grind.
Grind it out like cheap sausage, to quote,
high school teacher.
Like chorizo.
Well, yeah.
So now what's happening is our director is adjusting the camera angles for television.
Yes, as Jason called it, the precogs.
No, I'm serious. I've always thought of them as that. They're like 3 people always listening, and they can predict the future because they have what's in the prompter, what's coming up on the show.
This is true. And like the precogs, they have little lights on the top.
Right. So what were their names in that movie? We're talking about Minority Report, everyone. What were the names? Abby was one.
Oh, I can't remember their names at all. I just call them the precogs.
I saw Minority. When did it come out?
2002.
Okay, I saw it in 2002, just like you saw Austin Powers in 97.
I know.
Apparently, Jason Carter is very good at the movies, the years movies came out.
And music and albums. I'm that dude. I'm that nerd.
I will put you against DJ
I'm
on that
pretty good with that. I'm pretty good with that as well.
Wait, we have to do birthdays. DJ, when's your birthday?
October.
Are you a Libra or a
Yes,
Scorpio?
Libra.
Good, me too. October 10th?
15.
Damn it.
August 6th.
Leo. Okay, cool. We can be friends. Okay, cool. Continue.
Yourself?
I'm a Libra, September 27th.
Okay.
Libras are really great people.
We are. We really are.
Some of the best.
We're fair and balanced.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
there are claims that's a thing. But
that's what it says on the log line. But
all right,
yeah.
Here we go. All right, here we go. In 3. All right, countdown. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, we are recording a live podcast right now with the fellas of Pero Let Me Tell You, DJ and Ish. Glad to have you here on Inside South Florida.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for having us.
This is a first for us.
Oh, okay. So
We are breaking new media ground here, recording a podcast, also doing an interview on television at the same time. So let's do it, guys.
it's a little meta.
It's very meta. I have to know, you guys are first really good friends. Congratulations on 6 seasons of a really good podcast. Lawyer.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Attorney, advertising executive. How did you two come together and create this podcast, as well as this friendship?
Oh,
Well, the friendship stems at Riviera Middle School many years ago. We became friends when we were kids, and we've always had a really good, banter and chemistry, as they will. And after a while, just knowing somebody for so long, you could kind of finish each other's sentences.
Yeah, 30 years.
But really, and we always used to say, "Oh, we should have our own show." But really, it came from when some years ago he was moving down from New York, and I started hallucinating, literally. He says that part of the story pretty well.
We were literally driving, and he's one of these people who does not like to give up control of the car. So I'll be like, I can drive, I can take over, I can take over. No, I'm fine. So we're listening to podcasts.
Wait, hold on. Hallucinating mean you were. So you were tired.
I was tired.
Yes. No, he wasn't right. He wasn't on acid. Yes.
Well, I was not on anything. No. I had been driving like 16 hours.
But at a certain point, he says that he starts seeing people like on the road. But my biggest concern in hearing that story is that at no point did he brake or swerve. So
go hard or go home, man.
So
literally,
he's the worst Frogger player is what you're supposed to take from that. But that trip down was where we got the idea. We just started talking about it, and it started with the name. The name is really the genesis of everything. And then about a couple months passed, and one day I literally just called him up, because it's not a day that goes by that we don't talk to each other. And I was like, hey, that podcast idea, are you still cool with it? He's like, yeah, sure, why not? Great, because I just ordered the mic, I ordered the recording, I already got us an Instagram handle, I got us an email account, like I had already just set everything
it was
up.
happening.
Right,
it was happening.
This is going to happen.
It was happening.
But how awesome is it that two friends that you guys have been friends for a long time are coming together in a time where the podcast is king? 6 seasons of this, very successful. People love you here in Miami, love you across the country, and here we are on ISF doing the podcast. Okay, so you guys cover everything, but I'm going to quote you because you guys say that the show is, quote, POV that's 100% Latino y 100% Americano. Yeah. Representation is so important right now, especially in a time where people have access to something like this, a podcast and media and streaming and all the things. Why did you double down on that, Ish?
Well, here's the thing. We always say this, when we decided to do a podcast, we got to be authentic. We got to be ourselves, right? We can never pretend to be, two white guys from Kansas, because that's just not what we are. So we've got to be Cuban American, because that's what runs through us. But, then there's that thing of like, well, we're not 50-50, we're not 60-40. We're born in the States, we grew up here. But culturally, we grew up, being Cuban American. So you got to own full 100 and full 100, and just navigate both those worlds. And the more you talk about it, my marketing background has shown that that's really where it comes down to, is people don't want to have to pick, because you don't turn off certain parts of yourself. 100%. You're always who you are, right? Across the board.
And then added to that the layer of South Florida and Miami. I think that South Florida is a microcosm unto itself. We're very different from everywhere else in the country. The joke is, South Florida is not part of Florida.
So can we put a pin in that for just a second? Because I'm in South Florida, and I don't know how many times, DJ, I've been told, I'm not from Florida, I'm from Miami.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
But it's being here.
We did a whole episode about that.
Okay, yeah. Right. And to me, it's like, let me wrap my head around that. But being here for 3 years now, I completely get it. Yeah. Great point. It's a place like none other. Like none other.
And we really tap into that because, the culture here is very, very unique. And especially when it comes down to Latin culture, so many times we hear over and over again, Latins are not a monolith, but so many times we are treated as a monolith, and the content out there is not written by us or produced by us, and then it's just this really watered down content. And that's one of the things in our podcast that we really strive for. We talk like people from Miami. We talk in Spanglish, we say pero all the time. We, from the words we say to how we enunciate things, it's very unapologetically South Florida, Miami, and we really tap into that. And I think that one of the reasons why our podcast has been so successful is because we have people that maybe were originally from here who live in other parts of the world now, or other parts even of the United States, and they feel they're at home when they're listening to us. They feel they're talking to their primos and their cousins and their family members. They're back at home, yelling at each other but loving each other, and we really tap into that on the show.
Pero you don't just talk about
good use,
Miami.
by the way.
Good use, by the way. I'm here for the party.
Yes. Good use.
He's been here 3 years. It rubs off.
That's true. All day. Okay, But not only do you talk about things that are really emblematic and illustrative of the Magic City, but you cover everything from politics to LGBTQ plus initiatives to pop culture. I mean, it's a really this gumbo, if you will.
So this is a
everything.
perfect example of what a typical episode of ours could be.
think I know the example
Back a
this
couple
week,
of years ago, during the summer of 2020, that COVID was going on, the George Floyd protests were going on. That was a very hard summer for a lot of reasons. We really dove into those really hard and even uncomfortable subjects. And I remember there was an episode that we were talking about like the protest and BLM, because I went to a few of the protests and really, really hard things to talk about. And somehow at the end of that episode, we started bringing up obviously the conversation had turned to something else, but we started talking about that old rivalry between Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. And I'm like,
Was it ever really a rivalry, though? That's the thing. I think we've created that narrative in our own head.
and we're going to keep fostering it, is really the takeaway from that,
That's your
from
point,
that episode.
and I love that. Yes. Well, okay. So, what, Team Stina or Team Britney? What's going on? Ish? Come on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Fine. Fine.
She's been through stuff.
Been through some things.
Been through.
Well, I mean, on top of a podcast, you also are successful entrepreneurs. Pin Pan Pollo.
yeah.
People, of course, love that here in Miami as well. And I have to. So, guava. Barbecue.
So Pin Pan Pollo is the side hustle.
You got to have multiple side hustles.
Of course.
But guava and cheese chicken wings. I got to be honest, fellas. For two things. You should have brought them today. Okay. And
That's your fayamo.
two, guava and cheese?
Guayaba y queso, yeah.
It's you literally just gave both reactions we get all the time. Whenever we mention guava and
On
cheese.
chicken?
Yeah. That's literally the
So
reaction we always get.
I had these chicken wings that I would make a lot that people would always tell me, these are like the best chicken wings ever, just the way that I fry them and prepare them. And a very good friend of ours who's like, he's an influencer down here, Seth Gonzalez, Burger Beast. Shout out to Burger Beast. He's family for us.
He's our godfather.
He's like, listen, you need a Miami-centric flavor. And then from there, I was like, well, what's more Miami or South Florida than guayaba y queso, guava and cheese? It's like literally everywhere you go. So our wings are, we have several flavors, but that's our like signature flavor. It's tossed in a guava glaze with a cream cheese queso crema dipping sauce, and it's been a hit. It's very Miami. We were at Sobe at the South Beach Food and Wine Festival this year. Yeah, where we had our chicken wings there. I mean, we were very happy. We're very blessed.
It's still crazy to us.
Well, as the resident chicken aficionado here at Inside South Florida.
Well, wait a minute. Nobody told us that.
Yeah.
We would have brought the wings.
Pero you should have did your homework.
Yeah, we should have.
But no, I didn't. Okay,
That's our fault.
Next time, I want the sauce. I want the chicken. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna come to you guys. We're gonna do an episode of Better Let Me Tell You, and we're gonna talk about the chicken wings. Because
Whenever you want.
How awesome-ish have the guests been on the show?
Okay, it's crazy. Again, because we always stop and we say, we're just two average kids from Westchester, from Miami. We're not celebrities. We're not famous people. We're not quote unquote. I guess we're influencers now, but we're not influencers in that mega space, right? And we've gotten to meet people like yourself, which is it's great actually. I've been a fan since Drag Race, so I got. Put that out there.
Wow.
But also, we've had some great guests. He's still not over the fact that we had Gina Torres.
Gina Torres was, I worship the throne of Gina Torres.
She was here 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I also worship at the altar of Gina Torres.
As everyone should.
Yeah. And I remember when we started the show, we did a little list of like, what would be our dream guest? And Gina Torres was number one on my list. And I'm thinking like, this woman is never going to be on our show. Are you kidding me? And not only was she on our show, she was supposed to do what, like 15 minutes?
So
she ended up doing a lot.
I'm going to reveal a little secret about our podcast here, which is whenever I reach out to a guest, I always tell their publicist, just 20 minutes. It's only going to take 20 minutes. And I really do mean it. I really do only want to take 20 minutes of their time. But when you put three Latinos together, you're not doing 20 minutes, right? So this interview went on for like a good 45 minutes. Yeah. And she was so lovely.
She was amazing.
That she just kind of like, you could see her kind of, telling her publicist like, it's okay. And it just made us love her even more,
Yeah.
right? Because we already loved her so much, and we're
great.
like,
She's so giving.
Oh, she's exactly, and she even talked to his kid, and
Yeah, she was amazing, and that was a moment that was like a pinch me moment. I'm like, wow, we actually said once upon a time we would love to have her on the show. Like, there was no chance this woman. I mean, she's an accomplished actress that she was going to be on our show, and there she was. There was another moment, another pinch me moment that we had. So a couple of years ago, we interviewed Juan Pablo de Pachi, and who was on Fuller House. And growing up, like many kids, Full House was like my favorite show. I was like,
Although I can't watch now after DJ Tanner, I'm not going to say her real name, a little problematic these days, but continue.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. But that was my favorite show growing up. And I was obsessed with that show as a kid, like many were. And when we interviewed him, I was like, well, it's now or never. I was like, hey, Juan Pablo, can we sort of have some tickets to go to a taping of Full House? Not only did he give us tickets, we flew to LA, obviously. He put us on like the friends and family list. So we saw a taping, we met the cast, we were on the set. I sat on the sofa, and I remember I had a real like full circle moment. I'm like, I used to watch this show as a kid, and here I am on the set sitting on like the sofa, like what? And it was like, that was because of the great opportunities we've had because of the podcast. So we're very fortunate. We're very, very fortunate.
It's really cool. Also, to piggyback on what you're saying about Gina Torres and the publicist sometimes it's like the bane of our existence. But then you get the talent is like, yes, I want to have these conversations.
and I get it, because if not, everybody's going to take advantage of them. You know, I get it, but
do you guys not see? Or let me rephrase the question, I guess, because like you obviously see, but like it's everything you guys are doing, the success of I'm getting super emotional.
We're very live.
We're very live. But everything you do, the success of this show, the guests you have on, is really just demonstrative of the passion and the love that you both have to do this. It's not easy to constantly reach out to people to be on this show, to constantly make the time to make this your life, your source of income, and to give of yourself creatively over and over again. When you crack this mic-ish, and you connect and you have these guests, do you ever take a moment to yourself and think like, wow, this is real?
that is literally it's every time we have a guest, it's every time we put out a new episode, it's every time somebody, comments on something on Instagram, it's something, every time we get an email or a DM from people, it's just like, oh, there's people out there who are listening to us. There's people who are make it their thing every Friday, every hashtag, as we say, hashtag Battle Friday, to make sure that they listen to our episode. Like, we've gotten sometimes DMs because we record on Thursdays because we're weekly. We want to be as current as possible. Sometimes I'm a little slow and I'll upload on Friday. We will get DMs from people and being like, "Hey, is everything okay? Where's the episode?" And it's like,
love that.
But you really us?
But I
Really?
think also because we've been so fortunate that we have a very loyal listenership, we're 100% committed to it. We do about 48 episodes a year. Our seasons
More.
run
Because the interviews are extra episodes.
right, but in terms of our Friday episodes, our season usually starts the last week of January through the first week of December. We take the holidays off. And we do about 48 Friday episodes, rain or shine. And we both have, professional and personal commitments. Obviously in the last 6 years, we've had ups and downs. We've had deaths in our family. We've had all types of things. COVID, yes.
We had to figure out how to do that virtually.
The show must go on, and if I can't make it, then we got a guest host. If he can't make it, but we still have an episode every single week because there are people listening there, and that's what they expect. And if they've been so loyal to us, that's the least we could do for them. Crank out an episode every week.
When you think about all the episodes, how many episodes have you guys have recorded so far?
We are about, as of this, it's like 255, 256, not counting the interview episodes.
So what?
which
Close to
are
200.
bonus.
Let's say,
Yeah.
let's round up.
Yeah.
270 episodes.
I'm not a math guy,
Yeah.
so
No,
that's
but
why.
over 250 episodes with lots of different guests from all different walks of life, experiences. DJ, what has been the most pivotal episode up till now that you've recorded?
I don't know about pivotal episode, but I will tell you a comment that sort of really gave us a reality of really the power of podcasts and the power of reaching out to people. We had a comment from a user maybe last year that she used to listen. she used to listen to our show, obviously, and a relative had passed away. And, she was heartbroken over her relative passing. And then she DM'd us to let us know that she was listening to our show and she was laughing. And it was the first time she had laughed or smiled since the passing of her relative. And, that's some really deep, that's really deep that somebody took the time to say that to us. And it's comments like that make you realize the impact that our content and our show has on people, because sometimes you forget, you're caught up in your daily grind and that. And, the motto of our show is listen, laugh, and learn. And we really do take that seriously. We want people to listen to us, to giggle, to smile while they're driving, and since we're in audio format, and feel good about it. And most of our listeners do so on their commute to work. So that's something that we never take for granted. That there are people out there listening to us, and we do bring some type of joy into their commute, their drive, their lives, whatever way you want to put it. And that is something we never forget or take for granted.
That's beautiful. All right, I got it. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, it's the morning here, you guys. My allergies are terrible here in South Florida.
I saw you leaning back. I'm like, okay, now's the real questions. Like, now's the hard-hitting question. He's getting his
Leading
Barbara
into
Walters
my Barbara, I was
stance.
gonna say my Barbara Walters-ish. Oh my God, dude. My brother from another mother. Okay. Top 3 guests you want to have on the show. Go, Ish.
Oh, we're doing this individually? All right. I'm going to put out there, and I'm probably going to steal one from you. I'm going to put out there the Holy Grail. I'm going to cheat and combine them into Gloria and Emilio.
Yeah.
Obviously, they are, Miami royalty. I mean, England's got Charles and Camilla. We have Gloria and Emilio. Yeah. I would say there's also Raul Esparza, he's a Broadway actor. Also TV actor. He was on Law & Order SVU during what I call the Cuban years, which is when it was him and Danny Pino were both on it. And I can't think of anybody else right now, but that's my problem, is that I'm always like, oh, this person, that person, that person, that person, and I can't record it in my head properly. But, there's so many people out there, and one of the beauty of it is that we also get to have upcoming talent, which is something that, for us, we look back on now, Harvey Guillen from What We Do in the Shadows, blown up. He was on our show like season 1 of What We Do in the Shadows, right? Yeah. And it was great because at the time we absolutely adored the show. We loved it. And we kind of look at his success now, and there's a little proud moment of us being like, yeah, you deserve all that because you're a nice guy. You're cool and you're talented. So I like to have that blend of, the upcoming and the wish list.
Are you a fan of vampires?
Well, a little bit. I mean, who doesn't want to live forever and be beautiful?
100%. Because What We Do in the Shadow is on FX, right?
Yes, it's the FX show. Right. Yeah. It's the vampire mockumentary.
Mockumentary. Love it. Okay.
So I would love to have on Maxwell Frost, who is the youngest member of Congress, and he's actually from Orlando, but he's Afro-Cubano, and I would love to just have us sit down with him and have a good chat. But yeah, what he said, I think being from South Florida, being Cuban American, the Holy Grail are the Estefans. So, I mean, I would love them because, especially for us that grew up down here, the Estefans feel like family because we're old enough to remember when they were, they were already popular, but they weren't like these global superstars, right? We were old enough to remember when they were on their way up. So it's like Gloria Estefan almost feels like a tia. Like, Tia Gloria.
Tia Gloria.
Well, let me give you guys a little inkling about my life with Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. My first talent show, 1987, I danced my booty off to The Rhythm Is Gonna Get You.
Nice.
And the next year, or probably 89, I tried to sing at the talent show Cuts Both Ways.
Great
That's
song.
a deep cut.
Great song.
Her work with
No
John
pun
Cicada was incredible. But failed. Gloria, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Video of that will never see the light of day, right? Okay?
But you're bringing up a great song that most people don't know. So there's that. Don't apologize.
And then on TV in a commercial, I danced my butt off again to Get On Your Feet. So I feel you on the Estefans. And not even being from Miami, but I understand the reach they have and just who they are. And I mean, Gloria Estefan, to me, musically, has always been a part of my musical tapestry. So I'm manifesting those two for you both on this podcast.
Good.
Well, so the takeaway then is that when we get the Estefans, we have you come over.
Yeah.
And I will sing Cuts Both Ways.
And exactly.
Yes.
We're gonna choreograph something on your feet.
I will
We're gonna
sing Coming Out of the Dark, okay? There you go. In Spanish.
listen.
Wow.
We're gonna manifest all
All
of
of
Yes,
this.
all of
it,
that,
damn
all
it.
of that.
All of it.
All of it. All right, so where can we stream the podcast, DJ?
Well, people could follow us on Instagram on Pero Let Me Tell You. That's obviously our home base is our Instagram page, but the podcast can be streamed anywhere on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, everywhere.
Google Play,
wherever you'll find
YouTube, and really, with bringing up the Instagram, we do have a link to all the audio platforms on there. So you just go to the Insta,
One-stop shop.
Yeah, we're all about efficiency here.
Yeah.
Pero I'm so happy that we got to do this today.
No,
you
thank
two
you.
are awesome. I mean, there's a reason. Strangely enough, you both have faces for TV too. So I mean, you do have.
Okay, so wait, so should we do like a
like
Ron Burgundy
I was
type of
gonna
thing?
say
Like,
Ron Burgundy. So okay, wait. I'm this one. What would your name be if you had to be old school?
Brock
anchor?
Sampson.
Brock Sampson.
Yes.
DJ.
I don't know. Brock Sampson.
And it really just came to me like in a
I
vision.
don't know. Ronald Montgomery.
That's good.
That's a good one.
And I'm Chet Stevenson, and this is Beto. Let me. You guys missed it. Come on.
Okay, let's
Wow.
do it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I was in the
He was still thinking,
Montgomery
All right, take
character.
two. Boop. All right, you give me your name. I'll give you your name, and then we'll hit the tag. Okay, here we go.
all right, all
3,
right.
2, 1, hit it.
Brock Sampson.
Chet Stevenson,
Ronald Montgomery.
and this is Beto.
Beto, let me tell you.
No. Okay.
See, well-
and I say, and this is Beto. Let me tell you.
Got
All right,
it,
here we go.
got it.
All right, take 3. Wow. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Brock Sampson.
Chet Stevenson,
Ronald Montgomery.
and this is Beto.
Let me tell you.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Pero Let Me Tell You is co-hosted by Darian Borges and Ismaeliano, produced by Ismaeliano, and our theme, Pero Let Me Tell You Freestyle, is composed by Michael Angelo Lomlaplex, the official gay guy. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes.